Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Misty at SkeeterJones, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how I rehabbed a Rebecca Minkoff leather Edie bag that I picked up at the bins. Right here I'm just showing you the general condition of the bag. On the corners there's some wear where the leather is actually exposed in those corners. And then there's some moderate dirt left after I've gone over the whole bag with the tub of towels. It just didn't get off all the dirt, and I didn't want to keep scrubbing at it, so I went to my next method, which is dish detergent and plain water, because that's really gentle and it can keep me from having to scrub so hard with the tub of towels. Right here, again, just moderate dirt, not anything more than you would expect. And I was wondering actually how a bag like this made it to the bins, and we're about to see it right here, I think. In the chain, which is a really substantial chain, right there is this little kink that I thought I would be able to just shake loose, but it turned out to be much more involved than that, and I'll show you at the end of the video how that turned out. But all of the hardware, including the chain outside of that kink, and the hook here, the grommets, and everything is in great condition. The only wear to speak of is some light scratching, and then some of the copper does show through on those grommets where the chain rubs. On the inside, just some dust bunnies. It's really clean. There's nothing really going on inside. There was one little spot on the inside of the flap that I didn't notice until after I finished filming this part of the video. But that little spot I cleaned up, and I'll show you toward the end of the video where that came out. But here it is. And again, it's just plain water, dish detergent. I'm not sure if it's if brand is important, but I use the one, I don't know if I can say name brands, but it's the one they use on the baby ducks that you see the commercials about. But here it is, right here along the top edge. It was hard to tell at first if that was dirt, so a good tell for that is just to get it wet. If it gets wet and turns dark right away, that's not always a tell that it's wear in that area instead of dirt, but it's usually a pretty good indicator in my experience. So here is the bag almost finished. You can see that little kink a little bit right there, and the dish detergent got off all of the dirt. I just wiped it clean, and you just wipe it until you want to make sure you get all of the soap off, obviously, because any leftover soap residue can damage the bag over time, can damage the leather. Just a little wear on those bottom corners. That little spot next to the plate is also just a little touch of wear. And what you're about to see here is the spot I mentioned earlier in the video that was in the flap. I cleaned it up. It cleaned up really nicely. The spot around it that looks dark, there it is right there. That's just where it's still wet, and that will not be visible when it dries. It was a tiny spot right there. And then I vacuumed out the inside, and here it is all nice and clean. There was nothing else actually to clean up on the inside other than getting out the dust bunnies that were in it. It cleaned up very beautifully. So you're about to see the moment where I found out that that kink in the chain was actually more substantial than I thought, but it is gone now. The bag is in great condition. I don't know how much I'll list it for, but if you're interested in it, you can email me at skeeterjonesthings@gmail.com.